Oh wow, it looks like I'm streaming. Does it say I am? Okay, it looks like I am. I'm gonna double check, and that's not the right page for that. Okay. Very nice, very nice. And it looks like the I don't know. There's got to be a better way to know. It's pressed in. No errors are happening. Twitch, it's sending. It says I'm online on Facebook. I'm on. Yep, yep. 0, 0. That looks about right. I'm making these things in a vacuum. That's fine. I'm okay with that. Like I'm just trying to get work done, and I figure, I don't know. I'm not. No, I don't know. Maybe somebody's interested in some little drawings I'm doing. So I did this drawing with my little cousin um, recently, and you know, gonna draw some more pictures today. Not really. I'm just coloring. So I did this duck, and I'm just gonna be fixing art as I go along. But I think I'll color it first. So there's this strange woman that's I don't know what she said. Maybe she brought the duck into existence or something. At any rate, it was a fun little thing. We were on this website called Drawsome, where community people can come together and everyone can draw on like the same canvas, which is really neat. And I thought it'd be neat and fun to fool around with the tablet and draw some with my little cousin while I had her on the phone. But so I asked for her permission, and it has been granted. So without any further ado, I'm gonna start drawing. Just looking for that perfect yellow. And I'm on the color tab, and I'm on the, yep, okay, I'm on the wrong tool. There we go. It's okay, no one has to watch. I'm okay. I don't need, I'm not that needy, you know? I'm just not that needy. So, one of my favorite ducks, cartoon character wise, is Howard the Duck. Well, when I was little, I thought Howard the Duck was like ridiculous and stupid. It wasn't until I was older and I was reading. I think the guy's name that invented it is Steve Gerber. Until I started like really reading. I promise I haven't been drinking if I slur now and then. But it's um it's a good comic. I mean, he was pushing some interesting boundaries. He got mad at all the Marvel creative notes and he decided that he was going to leave Marvel and he was going to take his character with him. But that did not work out too good for him because Marvel uses this concept called work for hire. See, everybody that supports intellectual property because they're trying to support like creators or whatever end up supporting whoever's got the money to pay you to do the thing because those are the people that end up owning whatever you create because the idea is that they're buying your time. Um, so anything you create while they're employing you, they own. And that's unfortunate. So, that's weird that that doesn't like. Okay. So, over a long period of time, they end up owning everything, and then the creators that created everything ends up pretty much living relatively impoverished. Whereas if you look at the opposite idea, it would be like Jack Kirby creating his own superheroes and then anyone else being able to create them, but him never being barred or prevented from creating more of the thing that he was most talented at. And I'd love to see how that world would play out. But we don't live in that world. We live in the world where Marvel owns everything he did. So, Jack Kirby partnered up with Steve Gerber to create Destroyer Duck. and Destroyer Duck kind of clowned on the idea of Marvel with something that Steve Gerber created called God Corp in the comics. They're actually really clever. God Corp. The idea, the ideas of in those comics are just all Marvel related, and in some cases they were lampooning and drawing images of specific people. There's even a Stan Lee type character that rules God Corp from a what looks like a floating armchair, like a floating lazy boy that he flies around on. Just imagine if Professor X could like fly around, and that's what it looked like. But they even made like some character look like Pac-Man in order to lampoon or joke on, clown on something. So Steve Gerber never got his Howard the Duck back. Here's an interesting aside. Disney felt that Howard the Duck was too much like Donald Duck because Disney was like, it's our idea that a Donald Duck walk around without pants. So Marvel sued. No. Marvel got sued or threatened. They were threatened by Disney's attorneys, and Disney's attorneys are like, "Hey, he can't have no pants. Okay, you got to put pants on him. Otherwise, it's the same as Donald Duck. It's indistinguishable from Donald Duck." So they won that little scuffle, and next thing you know, Howard the Duck had pants. Crazy, right? So, the wild and crazy world of copyright. Yeah, it's way too dark for that. I don't like any of those. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, there we go. Very good. Maybe, nope. It's too saturated. Water doesn't look fat saturated. Boom. Lighter. Okay, there we go. There we go. Oh, yeah. No, this doesn't have to. Like, everything in color can be kind of sloppy. At least that's my theory. I'm not a born colorist or anything, clearly. Just having fun, trying to make a little bit of something every day. I don't know. No, oh wow. North 54. I don't ever know if anyone's just like clowning on me or not. Thanks, North 54. I don't even know. It doesn't tell me, oh, he's on Picarto or whatever. Okay, cool. Makes me happy. Somebody saw. So you don't have to. You're never going to please the whole world in whatever you do, you know? What's worth the effort? Isn't that a good question? What is worth the effort? Does anyone know the answer to that question? So it looks a little bitmapped even on my end, but I did this on a website called, let's see if I can pull it back up. Okay, so here's the original. My little cousin did this cool robot. Drawsome. So maybe I could set up something and live draw with someone who wants to live draw with me. Could be you. Who knows? I don't know. I'm kind of like talent agnostic, right? Like I'll draw anything with anyone, and I'm pretty sure we can come up with something that looks visually and graphically interesting. So Oh, okay. People are randomly finding me. I like it. I'm not gonna lie. Everyone needs a little love, right? One viewer. Congratulations. I shouldn't complain though. It's probably cool that they even had one viewer, right? Okay. It's so weird. I was watching my own video because I had never done one before because I wanted to see what all the little weird visual foibles I did were. And I noticed that when I'm concentrating, I do this thing with my lips where I'm going, like I'm scrunching them, like, ooh, yeah, I'm getting them lines, baby. I'm painting them like I turn my lips into like hair lips, like Kenneth Branagh or something. So who knows? I'm trying to make a regular thing of it. I'm trying. Oh, I know which other color I wanted. I wanted I'm gonna have to select it. Where's the color selection tool? Okay. Boom. Boom back here. And see. Is that Nope, that's the same. It has to be the darker color. Maybe it was the last darker color that was used. Oh, there it is. Been watching a lot of Eek the Cat Lady. Eek the Cat lately, not the Eek the Cat Lady. Eek the Cat Lady. You know what? I'm just going to go over this whole thing blue. I'm being way too specific. See, in digital, you're just going to go over it anyway. So why fret? It's not mixing with anything under it. Like if this was on paper, I mean, you wouldn't want to do that because you'd be going over some other color and it would contaminate, and nobody likes that. I'm going to put it as the same duckbill color. Been watching a lot of classic cartoons lately. I think that's a sign of like wanting to relive one's childhood. Maybe some of you amateurs psychologists out there can give me a pointer. So, who knows? And maybe one day I will set this up so people can talk to me on here. Anyway, not yet. You know what? Everything. I didn't even fully do that blue down in there. Cool. Go back to the blue. This brush is kind of hard to control because if you press too hard, it will bleed into other things. And nobody wants that. Cool. Now I've got a duck. And I'm going to zoom out just a little bit so I can fix his bill. You know, instead of fixing his bill, I'm just going to make everything about it thicker. That's my plan. So we're going to... I needed some kind of autosave, because if this crashes, I'm done. Okay. Go back down here. Yellow handle. Nah, I want it bigger than 5 pixels. Make it 10. Okay. Alright, I gotta remember what piece I'm on. So anybody see the Golden Globes stuff? I was watching Joaquin Phoenix on there. You know, everybody talked about how much they liked the Joker movie and how cool they thought it was, and I saw it and I was just kind of like, meh, it's alright. It wasn't bad. But I think DC's been making like so many terrible movies in a row that their fans are just so hungry for anything competent that were to come out. Beautifully shot, though. I mean, who can disagree? No one's gonna say, "Oh yeah, I hated that movie because it was ugly." I don't think so. Like lots of talent. The trailer made me want to watch it like really bad, like really bad. And then I watched it, and then I was like, "Yeah, it was a good trailer." I don't know. Maybe I'm being too hard on it. So I'd like to know if. Whoa, that got crazy big. Oh, that's okay. I'm gonna go down on this size. Okay. So who thought that the age difference between Joker and Bruce Wayne made sense? Anybody? Nobody? No dings in the chat. Oh, zero people. Zero people are watching me. I'm okay with it. I was listening to the number one YouTuber, and he was saying how he just liked making videos when it was a small audience. And I have to say, it's got to be really annoying when you got like an audience that's so huge that the ticker's going tick, 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 so much that it's like you can't respond to anyone individually anymore. Like everybody's following what you're doing. Everybody. And in that kind of situation, I mean, how do you maintain? I guess that's the question. How do you maintain? Because it's got to be hard. You know, you can't talk to any specific individual because they're flooded. You're flooded in a world of other people. Crowding up the place. How do you how do you follow a conversation when the ticker's going brrrr? You can't. You can't. You just kind of have to. You're back in your own little world again. Like right now, I'm in my own little world because I'm not really talking to anybody. There's nobody watching. So, um, as a result, I know that I'm talking to myself, but I'm kind of like chatty because this is kind of what you have to do in this space. At least is what I think. Some people just draw if they're drawing. But I know that my drawings couldn't carry it alone because there's so many fantastic artists out there. I just want to do things that are kind of quick and dirty. Maybe not. I mean, you could see I'm putting a little care into it. A little bit. Okay, cool. Boom. Still working on it. I don't know what my issue is here. Like anyone cares about how accurate those lines are. I don't think anybody does. Oh, scheiße. Why would I do that? Okay. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna leave some of those white patches on there. I actually wanted to take a brush, like this circular brush here. Oh, I'm not ready for that yet. Let me fill in that other part in the thing up here. Okay. And then the darker blue, boom. Just so I don't have a weird off blue color right there. And I can remove this duck and put him elsewhere. So there's that. Going back up to the main one, hitting the erase, and then not wanting it to be 25 pixels because that's pretty large. Just a little one. Okay. I think it looks better if you do the lines like that. I think I just cut the wrong part of this off. It should really be the inside of this to make them more cartoony and likable. Like that line is way thick underneath these eyes, and the thick line shouldn't take away from those eyes to that extent. And then the duck bill should. I erased a little bit of her artwork, but I want him to be a cutout, so I'm just gonna go ahead and finish that kind of thing. There was a lot of things being drawn over other things in this project. Cool. Oh man, cleaning up those lines really made it like. I don't think this stuff is really all that important here. I'll just do this. Yeah, we'll cross the bridge of whatever that is up there later. Cool. And go to here, make sure it's black, and fill that in a little bit. And then go back to the color. See, I'm not doing this the easy way. I don't have shorthand techniques. I'm still kind of learning by doing. Like, I know enough to be productive, but I mean, the deep learning is what you need. Then we're going back up to layer 7, and we're changing this back to black. Yeah, the deep learning is so important, like where you know the keystroke commands, you know the fastest way to do something. You're never hunting and pecking. Like you have some sort of autosave turned on, that would be helpful. Yeah. Oh, let's get that smoothed out. There we go. A long time ago, I did this thing for a wing company called Wing King. And Wing King, oh man, what am I doing? And they had like this logo, and I just gave it a cartoony facelift. And they are still using my design. Somebody else came in and cleaned it up a little bit, but all they did was make it into vector art and clean and reorganize the. What did they do? They cleaned up the vector art, printed it out. Like they made a nicer version of the font that I created by hand, by the way. Maybe I'll bring that up one of these days. You know what? I want to search for that online. I want to show that off. Maybe that'll be of some interest. Okay. 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 Oh yeah. Oh, see, it's still weighted wrong. But this is my drawing. You know, one day, this drawing right here. I wish I could pull it up so it was like bigger. I have it on some hard drive. It's a sports bar now. At any rate, there's some weighting issues on the lines that I have an issue with. But I mean, it's light years better than it was. I'll make another video about that some other time, and maybe I'll make a video about me cleaning this logo up and then like giving it to them, being like, "Hey, I like fixed this for you. I'm the artist that did this so long ago." But the I need to pull it up large so you can see what I'm talking about. I'm gonna go to more. Okay, how do you search for something larger? Type size. Here we go. Let's try medium. Okay, let's try large. I should have just went for large the first time around. It gets larger, but it gets uglier. I guess they don't want anybody taking the artwork. How weird is this that you can't find a good? That's all right. I'll fix that. I'll put a real nice high resolution on my stuff. Okay, so now I can show it off. You could see. I wish this did not work the way that. Okay, I got this. Okay, here's my pointer. There we go. That's how people do this. I'm a baby, okay? I'm just a little baby. I'm new to this. I'm going goo goo gaga, and I got this stuff barely working, okay? Okay, so right here, um, I guess that's not as bad as what I thought it was, because some of the other ones just lump this in with this line, but that looks good. But the main issue with this whole thing is how weird this part of the hand looks. The fingers are good, but the thumb, I don't know. I feel like the thumb needs to be a little different to match human proportions, because this is an anthropomorphized rooster. This is not a realistic rooster for our younger viewers that have never seen an animal before. But we've got this weird line weighting down here. You see how thin this is, you see how thin this is, and then all of a sudden there's a thicker weight down here. And the reason there was a thicker weight down there is because I was trying to balance out the drawing because it was so top heavy, right? But I think my reasoning was wrong, because I need to pull this out a little bit, just a little bit, like a little more of a bulge, give him more of a booty, and then thin up all these lines and round these parts off so that all that stuff makes sense down there. The other thing I wanted to do was add white areas of reflection in these claws to give it more detail and make it pop, and maybe a white area of reflection in here, because it all bleeds together. And I don't know if I had that in the original ones or not, but that's for a future video. We'll go back to that someday. I might not do it for very long today. I just wanted to get a single video out every day, which would be very nice. I don't know if I like this weird off yellow color that I've found, but I'm gonna fill it in with this color. I'm gonna take some of my own advice and fill it in. You know, something they used to do to differentiate the eyes in some of the older cartoons, like Tom and Jerry or whatever, they'd give them yellow eyes. I've never, well, I don't know. It works for Tom and Jerry. Difference for its own sake. I mean, sometimes you have to break people's expectations in order to really bring them something like new and interesting. So, back up to the main layer. A little bit of that. Man, it's hard to control. Back to this. Back to black. Okay. Cool. And now he's a functional cartoon duck, but his legs need to be thickened up, so that's where we're going. The whole thing has to kind of pop now because of how thick I made other things. And you know, I was thinking about doing was like cutting him out and putting him on a separate layer and then being like, boom, this is what he is, so I can post something. Um, but I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna do that now because this wasn't meant to be a standalone. Like this is just like a bunch of doodles, really. Very good. Oh no, I'm trying to fix issues and it's hard. Okay, okay. And the eraser just for this little part. So if anybody needs like their own personal logo for their card or whatever, I mean, I can crank stuff like that out. And, you know, maybe you'll enjoy it. Maybe you won't. Maybe you'll fire me. Maybe you think the caricature I made of you made you, um, was not flattering. Let's just put it that way. So I think one of my ideas was I'm going to take people and I'm going to draw their picture cartoonified, but I'm not going to make them look nice. Like I'm going to monsterify them or something. And I think there's a market there where people will pay for their friends' images to make them look bad, and I could fulfill a market need in this much needed category. Clowning friends category, maybe. I don't know if I like those. Cool. See, what is unknown here is why he is not fully in the bath. Like he's got to take a bath, right? He's a duck, but I think he's just come into existence from this person. I kind of want to color in the word balloon. I'm gonna put purple behind him. And if anybody's got an idea about uh, what his name should be, you know, I'm all ears. You got it. Can't be Howard, and it can't be Donald, clearly. But hey, what? Wait, wait. Let's think about that. Let's think about that. Couldn't you call your duck Donald? Couldn't you make the argument in court, like when Disney's suing you, and go all the way to court and tell a jury, like, how many of you are named after one of your relatives and have, like, you know, 7 out of 10 of the jury raise their hand? Would I win? I think I'd win. I just have this opinion. I don't know. I just feel like, yeah, I'd win. Of course I'd win because you can't own a name like that. They can have Donald, and it's like your friend can be Kevin, and you could be Kevin. Hello, you know, yeah, she's Samantha, and I'm Samantha. So, okay. His butt isn't big enough to call him. Uh, so we have one name in contention. Uh-oh, that's not the right color. We have one name so far, and it's Ducky McDuckbutt. So if somebody was like, "Oh yeah, this character Captain Atom," and I was like, I was in the military and I actually was a Captain Atom, what are they gonna do? Say I can't have that screen name or something? That would be preposterous. Or I can't make money off of. They're like, "Oh, you're confusing it with our character." Well, no, my duck looks different. Look, his bill is different, very different. So, oh no, did I just put color on the wrong layer? Dang it. Oh yeah, I like some of these extra lines in here. Yeah, I think a lot of characters like this benefit from every line being specific and solid. I think so. Which is why I'm trying to clean this thing up. You know, it just seems like the littlest stuff, and you're like, why would you take so much time to do things that yield so little result? And I don't have like, God's gift of answers for you on that regard. But uh, but like for right here, for instance, oh sheesh, I'm in the wrong layer. Oof, oof. How many times am I gonna make that mistake? Okay, so I'm on. I didn't undo. There we go. All right, so I'm gonna draw a line underneath this, and it's gonna show the lip of that as if it's casting a shadow and help make it pop just a little bit. I mean, that's kind of. It's like one of those things. Is it really necessary? I don't know. Maybe is it popping? I don't know. Maybe it isn't. Let me go back to all the way white. I could have just clicked on this swatch. I like the swatch, but I have to reach. I have to reach all the way over. Looks like I'm dabbing. Ugh, ugh, cringy. Oh, and I also noticed how cringy I feel. I'm not necessarily cringy. Like I am cringy. I mean, my friends know I'm cringy. Okay, but seeing yourself and then being like, "Why am I doing that?" and "What's up?" You know, it's weird. It's like there's some self-analysis going on. I don't know if what I'm doing down there works. How annoying is that? I did kind of want to give like a tiny little. Maybe I should turn the size down so I can't ever mess it up. No, that's too small. Well, maybe not. Maybe not. I'm contorting myself and. Oh, yeah, that's interesting. Like, it's such a small amount that it's almost like I'm mixing it. It's so weird. You probably can't even see this on your end, but I feel like it's making a difference and making it look like shiny plastic on the end. Let's go back up here. Let's make it black again. And then maybe take this back up to 6. Okay. Okay, whatever. Okay. Okay, I mean it kind of looks like water. I don't know. I feel like when I added the white that did not work. So I'm gonna I don't know. You can make a zillion. You can make busy work out of anything. You could sit there and micromanage your own self to the point where you didn't even want to create nothing. The trick is not to do that. It's just to be in the moment and try to enjoy some of your life. You fret about stuff you don't have any control over. I didn't kill any general because I was under investigation. I'm just saying. I'm guilt free. You know what I mean? Guilt free. A little bit of topical stuff that hopefully won't mean, I don't know. I should probably keep my mouth shut about that. At least for this, anyway. Okay. Oh, I'm erasing and I can add. Correcting like all the, oh my goodness, what am I doing? The wrong. Okay, we're in the right layer. And it's really hard to be true to yourself. Like when you change your mind about something, or you have a conviction and like nobody else understands why you think the way you think. It takes like a certain measure of courage to come right out and be who you're supposed to be, you know. And I gotta hand it to people that can do that with reckless abandon, because there can be some real world personal consequences for just being everything that you need to be. You know, I mean, you should be anything you want if as long as you're not hurting anyone else. And if you are, and you still want to be that thing, um, you're gonna have to get it under control if it involves hurting other people. You know, to get some counseling or try to deal with it. You know, some ugly things out there. Maybe that looks better with just two, but they need to be wider apart. I just want to do that like those feather ruffles on the front of the duck, you know? And sometimes you lose friends and family if you come out and on the other side of what they believe, you know? I think different from you, and then they're like, "Oh, well, no, you can't." Okay, well, can you hear me out at least? Thank you. I do know stuff. A lot the people that have the most trouble with that are parents and their children. Like the child will go off, the child will learn something the parent has never heard of before, and then they will summarily reject the child's new opinion that they have never heard of before, and then next thing you know, there's a rift in their relationship. And if people don't know how to communicate with one another, there's no real place to go other than a lot of people adopt the agree to disagree strategy. Dude, that's good. That's way better than agree to be mad at me. You know, nobody likes that. I mean, some people like it, I guess. Okay, I'm kind of done here. Oh, shiznap. Did I really? Did I really? Where's the last one? What was I working on right before this? Okay. Back to color. I just saw problems. Where am I? Okay. Boom. Look, no one's going to be looking at it that big. How much time have I spent on this thing today? Oh my goodness gracious. It's already 45 minutes in. Sheesh. Well, you know what? I am going to do it then. I'm going to. No, I can't isolate it. Because I have to cut the whole thing up. I have to flatten everything. Well, I could duplicate all the layers. Let's try that. I need an automatic save on this thing because Krita does crash. And that's no fun, losing all your artwork. You know what? I have to fix something else too. I think this is it. Yeah. Oh, adding some dimension. Let's go back. I'm just going to try this. It's white. And doing things like this. I don't know if that works. Is it necessary? Does it work? I don't know. And then white tufts. White tufts there. White tufts might work there. Make that part pop. Give his neck some popping ability. Well, I don't like that connecting right there, so I'm going to undo that. Boom. Yeah, that's better. See, it's a remnant. Like, if this was like Daffy Duck, they did white lines on black. I don't know if I like any of what I just did, but I guess I'm just going to have to live with it. I'm going to live with it. I am going to add another line that I see in my head, and then I'm going to cut it all down. There we go. I like that. It makes it pop, makes it look like dimensional. It's got that ridge around there, which is what I was going for with those lines. So now what? Now I'm gonna figure out how to draw around this thing. I think it's this one. No, it's not polygon. I don't know. Okay, let's just create the duplicate layer. Duplicate layer. Move him up. Hide the other ones. And cut around it. They don't have like the... Well, maybe this does work like that. I don't know. Oh, it does work like that. I just thought, that would be a useless tool. I was like, well, it just cuts a polygon. What kind of use would that be? So, oh, and when I typed this originally, hey, what's the big idea? Hey, what's the big idea? Like you find somebody like go in your room, like in your house when you're not home, and you come home and you're like, hey, what's the big idea? Huh? Well, you know what? I didn't even have to do that. Oh, cool. Boom. But now I have to fix the drawing. How has this take an hour? How did this take an hour? Unreal. Too slow, is that how? That's how it took an hour. Too slow. Uh, leave your suggestions for me improving speed in the comments. Thanks. Any and all opinions will be under immediate review. Because I need to solve the problem. I don't know what I'm doing. Am I like, I'm like messing up. Oh my goodness. Deselect. Boom. Okay. 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 Okay, that's what I wanted to fix. All this down here. And give this pool. You know, the pool looks like it might have a hole right there. So I'm going to change the angle of it just so I can fit it all in. And then, on the right layer, okay. Okay, back to here. Ba-da-da-da. Okay, and then I just don't want to have to draw that anymore. Cool. But I want it to have a sharp corner like the other side. There we go. All right. It's the only suggestion is okay. Maybe there should be an online poll. If anyone knows how to do the online polls on Facebook, maybe and I'll do a little poll on who his name should be. So the contenders that we have so far. The contenders that we have so far are if I could think, I would be able to tell them. Okay. It is open source software. It's Krita. Ducky. Okay. Look, I, I didn't come up with these. Our first selection is maybe I should put this on a new layer so I can mute. I can get rid of it. Okay, names. I'm just gonna call this names. Okay. I don't know if anyone's ever been called Ducky. We've got Daffy Duck, we've got Donald Duck, we've got Howard the Duck. But who's been called just Ducky? I think Ducky by itself is interesting. But I'm having issues with that, and I'm going to tell you why. Okay, I'm going to show you the low resolution version of everything. So we've got, oh, whoops, that's not what I want to do. Okay, boom. We've got, I didn't show you this before. I'm going to color this later, maybe tomorrow or something. I've got Beatnik Butt Chad. So he's going to be a thing. Look at him waving there. And you can tell he's a beatnik because he's spitting some fire here at a poetry jam downtown. So, stay tuned. He's got sick rhymes. And he's got those beatnik glasses on. So, stay tuned. Later on in the week, I'm going to be doing these. I'm going to try to do these like every day. Why not? Okay, okay, here's the skinny. Here's why I'm doing this. The secret embedded almost an hour in to this. Okay, 54 minutes in almost. Okay. A woman T-boned my car on December 31st, 2019. I just want to say in 2020 I'm accident free. So that's a little bit of news that few people know. And I'm uninjured, but the car had all kinds of damage. So, as you could imagine. So let's go back to our names. Name suggestion 1. Let's get back up to the name suggestion. Okay. 1 is Ducky McDuckbutt. Not, I feel like I've already got a butt in a name, but hey, maybe I'm talking too much about that. Maybe I secretly like that. Okay. Now I see her Sneeze McSnot Duck, but I think his name should be Sneezy. Or rather, a selection should be Sneezy because it should be Sneezy. Okay. Sneezy McSnot Duck. Okay. Should that last name be hyphenated? Maybe he's married. maybe maybe his name is Sneezy McSnot and he got married into the duck family, or he got married into the butt family. I feel like I have to put that now that I've thought of it. Now I know there's probably a zillion other tricks I could pull to like make this pop. Like I feel like the floor underneath him should be a color. I'm getting caught up in just really dressing up a drawing. See, I got some stuff on the wrong layer. Um, how do I do this? And then I want a nice teal colored background tile thing going on. Oh, 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 oh. I don't want to use that. I don't want to use that at all. That's no bueno. Cause it'll get into my other drawings. Sheesh. How hard is it? I'll come close. There we go. I think the fun part you can do with something like this is you can angle it so that it is mimicking like a floor tile scene at an well, you see it. You can see it. Okay, I don't want to do that. Oh no, it cut into that. Oh well, I'll leave it in because I'm being way too intense about it. I wish I had time to sit here and dress this up. But one of the things I wanted to show off, maybe not in this. Okay, that's really going to bother me. I guess I am going to fix it, for crying out loud. I'm gonna. Where is it? Eyedropper. Boom. Boom. Okay. And then go in there and go here. Okay. Nice. Maybe. You gotta go back in there with the eraser. Take out that hard edge. Yeah. Hard edges need to be removed. Here we go. It looks like he's on I'm not going to put a shadow on that. I kind of like just solid colors, like framing things, I guess, to continue the trend from yesterday. I don't know why this took so much longer than that. I mean, I guess I'm putting more effort into it. Let's see if we have any other suggestions for his name. Oh, hardwood floor. Oh wow, Boomer. Hey Boomer. And it should be a hardwood floor because that's exactly where you want to put your pool. Let me put the pool on the hardwood floor. Makes sense. Maybe when I have children, I will be like, yes, it must have extra layers of like lacquer or whatever it is they put on that polyurethane. If you put enough layers of polyurethane on there, you can do whatever you want on your floor. And if it's your house, hey, you know what? Far be it from me to tell you how to live your life. But okay, so we got okay. Somebody had the idea for it just being sneeze duck, so that's going to be in here. And of course, it's the wrong color. That could lead to some. I feel like if you sneeze, there's a good possibility that something's going to come out that's going to make you not be as popular with others as you otherwise would be. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm just going to sign this and vote. I'm going to put vote. Any last. Okay. Vote for your favorite. Of course, I was gonna. I was thinking your. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, I underlined one because I don't want to be inundated. Who likes to be inundated, am I right? Who likes to be intubated? These are not bad words, by the way. Ah, I can't even draw my own name. There we go. There we go. And my little squiggle. I don't like that squiggle. Ooh. See, I don't make these kinds of mistakes on paper. It's so hard to draw on a tablet. Like, it's so much easier to draw, scan. I don't like that process, but it's easy to draw on paper and scan it in the computer and then do a bunch of stuff to it to get it to look like this intense and then color behind it. I mean, that's a good thing. And I think, yeah. I'm down for the hardwood floor. I just don't have any time. I have to leave immediately, actually. So I will probably put this up later on Facebook. Anyway, thanks for watching. I really appreciate you. We've done over an hour, and this is like only like the second time I've streamed. So, and all I'm doing is drawing like these simple little things. So hopefully you have enjoyed them, and I wish you a fine farewell until next time, which will probably be tomorrow, unless things break. The rolling blackouts, the electrical grid, nuclear bomb, things like that happen. But I don't think any other things are going to happen. I think we're going to be here tomorrow. So see you later and have a good one. If I can figure out how to turn it off.